Today on the channel, we've hit a bullseye with Marvel Select Hawkeye.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Select Diamond Select unboxing and review. And today, from the Avengers, we've got Hawkeye. But remember, for all your Marvel Select needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. And then, once again, in full transparency, I ended up picking this actually up off of Deep Discount is a website out there. It's been around for 100 years. I used to get a lot of CDs from them way back in the day. But they had a big sale one day on action figures across the board. And I thought it was too good to be true, and usually it is, but this wasn't the case. And this guy was only $6.49, free shipping with all the other stuff I got for reasonable prices like this. So got to get a deal out there, and sometimes there's a deal you don't even know you need, and that's what I did with Hawkeye. So for $6, it's worth the review, it's worth checking out, and if I really don't like it, guess what? I can probably sell it. I can probably at least get my $6.49, $6.99, whatever it was, back, and sometimes you got to do that. But I'm always intrigued by the Marvel Selects. I really want to love them, and I do love a whole lot of them. That Hulk one especially, the Watcher is really good. There's a lot of really good ones, and then there's some hot garbage ones. Hopefully this Hawkeye is on the good side. We'll see, and of course we're going to do this unboxing. We can do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do a little Marvel Legend comparison to Hawkeye. As you guys know, like a lot of people out there, I'm all in on the Marvel Legends. I dabble on the Selects. I really want the big Select guys that can merge with my Marvel Legends. Hawkeye's not quite in that world. He's a little bit too big, I think, so I don't think it's going to work so well. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We'll see when we get him out of the package. But there's old Hawkeye. We got the bullseye down here. We got his name. Of course, the Marvel Select up there at the top. Hawkeye got a nice diorama stand going on. Looks like he's got the wasp in there, I assume that is, on his arrow, is it? I think so. And then you got a bow and arrow, as Hawkeye has to have a bow and arrow. I think that's a legal thing. If you're going to call him Hawkeye, he's got to have a bow and arrow with him. So we got that. On the side, we got a little action there, a little glamour shot going on. Nothing too fun over here. And then on the side, there it is, old Hawkeye. Got a little glamour shot. Got a little cross-sell down below. UPC's warnings. And we got a big blurb for Hawkeye. Let's see what it says. See what all the fuss is about with old Hawkeye here. Hawkeye, a.k.a. Clint Barton, sculpted by Jean St. Jean. That's an awesome name. Jean St. Jean. A name so nice they put it in there twice. Possessing natural archery abilities owned to an expert level, Clint adopted the persona Hawkeye. Then one day when witnessing Iron Man save the lives of some people at a carnival. Oh, carnival. I could smell the cotton candy in the air. At a carnival, he decided to become a costume crime fighter himself. As a way of proving himself, he broke into the Avengers mansion and convinced their butler Jarvis to play the role of a victim so he could display his powers. Iron Man vouched for Hawkeye, and he joined the new lineup that included Captain America, the Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. So the more you know, folks, the more you know. Let's get old Hawkeye out of the package. See what all the fuss is about here. Pull that out. Very heavy diorama going on there. I like that. Beautiful background here. Got the kind of purple Hawkeye going on. Very cool. Cool enough. Off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. All right. Well, we got the cross-sell. You guys know I love these little pamphlet actions. Nothing too exciting in the pamphlet there. There you can see the whole crew. Looking only like they can look. Hawkeye must have been recently re-released. I thought this was an older figure, but it must be somewhat recent, as we see the Immortal Hulk right there. And on the back, we get some of the Disney exclusives as well. We unboxed most of those on the channel, so check out the old playlist, and you can find those. And bam, see you later. There it goes. How about a little diorama action? Look at that. Ultron, seen better days. He's seen better days. He's beaten up. He's battered, beaten, torn, like the Metallica song says. Pull those out. Oh, I almost missed these arrows. We got some arrows going on here. Can I yank those out? They're taped in, which is probably a good idea. Very small, thin arrows here. Get the tape out. There it is. And last one. There it is. We're off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. All right. I'm assuming these just plug in. Yes, they do. They plug into the pieces of the diorama, so you get a little corner piece, plugs in like so, and the back piece like so. So we've seen these dioramas in the past. Cool enough. Ultron falling to his death right there. Very cool. Not too shabby. Very ruins. And it seems like a lot of these stands that come with the Marvel Select figures are always like ruins, almost zombie or dystopian type areas is what it feels like. But no articulation on this Ultron, none of that, but it is looking pretty cool. His dead body there, it's good for your display, mixing around, things like that. Have peg stands on here as well. Nice dark, dirty wash to it. Not bad as far as these go, I don't think. So there's that. Now we get Hawkeye into the plastic prison, and he's locked in all over the place. So we're going to have to get the old scissors out. Let's unbox him. Let's just cut him out instead of getting all these twist ties going. There's one there. Oh, they're tight too. Can I get in there? There it is. Got that one. Oh, each one is more difficult than the last. It's quite the process here. If I can get him out, I don't know. Got that one. Oh my gosh, how many twist ties does a guy need? What are we doing here, Hawkeye? They don't want him going anywhere. I get it. Nobody does. Can I get the wasp out? Holy cow. Oh, there it is. Got that. And another one up top. There's a lot of twist ties going on here. Nobody wants him escaping. And the last one, there it is. And we're off to the races. I did it. Just got to be smarter than the twist ties sometimes. Get some of that shook out here, put off to the side, and see you later. Goodbye. There it is. All right, let's look at this Hawkeye. We took a look at the diorama piece there. We do get arrows like I talked about as well. You get a little trick arrow going on. You got Wasp sitting on there, so that's cool. That's another way to get a character in here, a smaller version. Cool enough. Got a little rocket on the side. Very thin, very pliable plastic, so it's not as straight as an arrow would want to be. Nice brown there, and you get a little purple. Is that the quiver? Is that what it's called, the quiver? You got some of that going on. And then you get two very similar arrows with no tips, no nothing. I guess these probably just go in his backpack, I would assume. Same kind of arrows, and then you get an actual one that has an arrow on it. Very similar, just no wasp sitting on this one. So you get 4 arrows right there. Choose your own arrow adventure. And like I thought, you do get his quiver. Is that what it's called? Quiver? A holder? I'm not an archer. I play one sometimes in a PE class back in high school, but I think all those will fit in here, so you can just kind of give it a little. They just disappear in there too. I figured they'd stick out a little bit, but they totally disappear inside there. This piece is removable. It could be, but you'd have to do some work because it doesn't really slide over the arms. It's pretty tight on there, but it is loose. It is hanging on, so that does look okay. This is a very old school version of Hawkeye. It definitely looks, I don't want to say a year. I don't know if I'd say 60s. I don't even know if he was around. I'm not sure his exact timeline. But it does look more 80s. Let's just call it 80s. We'll just meet in the middle at the 80s. More of an 80s Hawkeye, to me at least, and I could be wrong. I'm by no means a Hawkeye expert. It doesn't look like modern day Hawkeye to me. It definitely doesn't look like movie or TV series Hawkeye, but a very cool comic looking Hawkeye. Good articulation on this for a Diamond Select. Once again, you get the bicep cut, of course the elbows, wrists are movable, no extra hands or any of that. You go side to side, up and down with the arms. Some decent articulation there. You do get waist, a very tight waist going on. Single jointed knees. You do get a thigh swivel going on. You do get the ankle rockers as well. I know a lot of people do display their Marvel Selects with their McFarlane toys, the Todd McFarlane DC Universe. They do scale in pretty good, so I know some people combine those. That's not a bad idea, really. Maybe I'll look into that in my McFarlane's. Maybe I'll start putting Hawkeye and some of those guys with them. So we'll see. I might end up thinking about doing that. A nice dark wash across the board on this one. Really makes that blue kind of grimy and dirty. I guess it goes on with this diorama we got right here, which is a little grimy and dirty looking as well. It definitely looks like Hawkeye, you know, by that big H on his head. He's got the purple mask with the Wolverine type kind of ears going on. His ears showing through, a good skin color going on as well. He has blue eyes, a nice middle of the road expression on his face. He's not angry, he's not happy, he's just kind of right there, and that's where I like most of my figures to be most of the time. It does have bands around the arm. They are not movable or removable. They're painted on there, sculpted in as well. He does got the A for the Avengers on his little pocket on his belt. Nice purple belt to break up a little bit of that blue. A very, very good looking figure after all. And then he does have his bow and arrow here. Nice. It is plastic. It almost feels like a rope, but it does have some movement to it like a bow and arrow should. Get a little silver grip in the middle against the brown, and then of course the black piping line on here, so really good looking bow and arrow, or I guess it would just be a bow, but I think it looks good enough. It's all right, and it doesn't fit in his hand the best though, so I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit, or maybe I'll have to go in this hand. I don't know. I'll play around with it. We'll get some glamour shots on it, but not too shabby. How well does he fit on his stand? Looks like there's only one spot for him to stand. And I guess he's standing over his fallen opponent here. He's standing over Ultron. Really disrespecting Ultron here is what he's doing there. He's really telling him who's boss is how that goes. Standing over his dead body like that, putting one foot up on his neck. Man, oh man, that means business right there. But not too shabby as far as Hawkeyes go. Here's the old retro card Avengers Hawkeye. Very similar, but a little bit different. A little bit different color scheme, but close enough to be dangerous. But you can see that height difference between these guys. It's a pretty big height difference, honestly. I don't know if you're going to scale him with your Marvel Legends. Probably not going to work for most people that care about that stuff. But you can kind of see the comparisons between the two. Very, very similar style, very similar go-to-market strategy between these two. I got to assume there's going to be a lot more Hawkeye figures in the future for us from Marvel Legend, including probably an updated comic book one. Have to think that's coming by the end of the year or maybe early next year. That's just what my gut says to me. I would say bet the house on that. Bet the house for sure. But Hawkeye, a popular character in the Avengers. I truly feel more popular after his Disney Plus series. I haven't watched Moon Knight yet, but I really did enjoy the Hawkeye miniseries. I thought it was a very, very good series. I liked it more, I think, than most people did, actually. So I really did enjoy that, and we'll see if we ever get any more Hawkeye action in the future. Hopefully we do, so stay tuned for that. But what are your thoughts on this Marvel Select Hawkeye? Did you pick it up? Did you pass? You played in the long game? Sound off in the comments below, and then you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, and of course check out my Patreon where you can get this video and a lot of other videos much, much earlier. Shout out to the Patreon supporters, and then of course you can follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Hawkeye, for Marvel Select, and Marvel Legends, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.